Here's the M1150 Singer. I'm going to show you how to thread it today because it's a little bit different than my other video that I have, and I've recommended this to a couple of my students, so I want to share this video with them. The first thing is, when you get this out of the box, you're not sure where to put your thread because this thing is so small. It took me a while to realize that you have to pull that up. So that's where you place your thread, right there. And you're going to follow the steps on the top. It's a little confusing because it's showing you these numbers right here and it's showing you this arrow. But this arrow is for the bobbin. When you want to thread your bobbin, this is what you're going to use. But if we're just threading our machine, we're going to start from here. We're going to go to 1, which is right here. There's a little hook. Just pull that through. Okay? This is 2. This is 3. Go around that little spool down there and come up here. This is 4, and there's a little hook in there, and you're going to stay to the right of it. Don't go to the left. You're going to stay to the right. You're going to go in, pull it all the way back here, and then graze the left side of your machine, of that little gap. And it's going to hook into there. Can't really see it very well, but this little hook in that's going to grab your thread if you do it the way I showed you. And you're going to come down here, 5. And then there's a little hook right here. And that's going to be your 6. And that's going to keep your thread in place. So here's 1, 2, 3. Come up through here. This is 4. So stay to the right of your machine, all the way to that little gap. Come this way and stay to the left. Graze that like that, so it hooks into this hook that's inside of there. Go down to 5, and then there's that hook in there. I'm going to put my foot down so I can thread my needle. Make sure that your thread doesn't get tangled. It's got to go straight through. See how it just goes straight through? Make sure it doesn't end up in a knot. Make sure it's straight through when you thread your needle. So your thread is going to be to the right. You're going to pop your bobbin in. You take that thread, and there's a little, you follow that arrow, but there's a little lip right there on that silver thing. And you just pull it that way. And it's going to catch. You're going to be able to pull it, and it's going to turn your bobbin. Now, you're going to come up, and you're going to go to the back of the machine, and you're going to pull this, turn it towards you. So the needle comes down. And it's going to come around, and it's going to grab the thread. You see how it grabbed the thread? It's grabbing the thread to pull up. Now you're going to stop once your needle gets up like this. The needle is up like this. You're going to take a pencil or a seam ripper, and you're going to pull that. And do you see how it pulled out the blue? It's pulling that out. So go ahead and pull that blue all the way out. And now you have 2 threads. And now you can begin to sew after I put this back on. Okay, so your machine should have come with some of these plastic bobbins. If not, you can pick one up from your local store. So you're going to take your thread, and you're going to thread that opening right there. And it doesn't matter which opening. It doesn't matter if it's that one or on the other side. Just thread it right there. And then you're going to put it on the top of your machine. Grab your bobbin. You place it on top of here, push it down, and then you push it towards the back until it clicks. Once you have that on there, make sure your machine is on. hold on to your thread so it doesn't come loose and step on the pedal. And now it'll just thread your bobbin by itself. Thread our bobbin. We put the spool of thread here, go through one, and we're gonna cross this way in this little round thing right here. We're gonna follow those instructions and we're gonna make an X at the top, just like those instructions say. And we're gonna come back here to where our bobbin's gonna be. We're gonna get our empty bobbin. We're gonna put the thread through the opening. Doesn't matter which one. Just hold on to it so it doesn't come unthreaded. Place that on top of there and push this back and it'll click. Then you step on the pedal and then you can let it go once it starts, but don't let go until it starts to thread the bobbin. And then once you're done, you pull this back, take this off and cut your thread, and now you can use this bobbin for your bobbin case. Make sure you have a lot of thread once you thread your bobbin so you don't have to stop and keep filling it when you start sewing.